I'm on market 3 minutes early today. What's going on to the 3 people who watch this? Maybe. How you doing? My name's Corey, and I'm trying to make some money through day trading. I post on TikTok, but you know, all my unedited content goes on here. Yesterday, I learned some great lessons. I was overthinking my entry. I literally knew exactly. It's right here. I knew exactly what was going on, but I overthought my entry, so I missed an opportunity for a trade yesterday, but that's fine. Some days you miss a trade, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Follow my top step. I got 150k funded with 1500 in it. So if I can take some decent trades, then I might be able to take a payout this week. But I've got to focus on predicting price action, not anything else. It's about predicting price. Right, I'm gonna start marking up the sessions. So in the UK it's a bit different timing. On my days, it wasn't even bloody drawing. What am I doing? Can match up with the right one, makes it quicker. I think it's fucking think daily fair value gap. Pardon me. So entertaining. Holy shit. Most entertaining YouTuber of all time. I got a new phone. My old phone was the iPhone 13. I need to record videos with my new mic because the audio's usually shit. So I've had to get a new phone because my charging port's broke. So that's like 50 quid a month. So you see me looking at my phone. I'm not on my phone. I'm setting up. That's Asian session. Oh, my bad. Let me just mark out. One more high. And then we can start having a look at what is going on. So if ES is actually the one that's making an SMT, it's never really good news. It's never really good news. Puts me in a sticky predicament. Swept. I think we're gonna push through this gap today. So I think we're gonna hit previous day highs on ES. So I want to take a long on ES. My bias anyway. But something I did yesterday that was wrong was assumed shit. As soon as I started assuming stuff in the market, then I folded. So at the minute, previous day highs been hit on NQ, massive SMT between the two pays. Just tap back into the daily fair value gap that we never actually reached yesterday. Tons of low resistance liquidity to the downside. At the end of the day, we got lows after lows. Even considering this is a low. Just marking them all out. And then we will mark that one out. It would also line up with the bias of the SMT and ES being the stronger of the two pairs. Okay, that low is a bit different then. Yeah. Just tapped London highs, eagle highs with London highs. $100%. No. I want to be patient today. We was shorting yesterday, so are we going to be the same today? It's a good question. A great way to avoid this SMT is by ES hitting the same high as well, because there will be no SMT then, and by that point ES NQ would have probably pushed through this imbalance, which is probably what price would want to do. It would make sense. I'm not sure if shorting today is the, but again, I'm thinking something now and I need to just be observing. It's only a small one, but it is a small SMT between the two pairs on the 1 minute lower time frame. ES holding, ES showcasing it wants to go bullish possibly. Just about waiting. It's definitely better being into market open earlier today for my pre-entry commitment. I'm gonna write, just observe. Just observe objectively, which is different to thinking and assuming. At the end of the day, 1 minute fair value gap respected. Doesn't even need to tap into it on ES. London lows technically hit on ES. So now we've got a higher time frame. And look, it's just came back in, filled the 5 minute fair value gap. What about NQ? Yeah, technically that would have been filled and respected already. But there's a 15-minute day on NQ, which has come back in, tapped into it. Honestly, I'm willing to take a bullish trade off that. Stops beneath the lows. Early entry.
Order filled.
Riskier, but you know, I've got to be willing to take trades. I'm going to be not risking, you know, massive amounts, especially because it's on ES. It's not major. First thing I want to do is 52. I probably could place more
Order
orders
filled.
because it's not actually that much profit otherwise. We do want to be making some profit, and at the minute I'm only risking 400, which is a reasonable risk. 430. We could even put it to 500. It's a long way down then. The main TP is obviously the SMT for London, for previous day highs on ES. It's the first place I'm aiming for. See how it goes, I suppose. So that one clearly got inversed. This one a technical respect as of right now, but that's an inverse. Then on NQ, that's just been tapped back into. We've retraced into the 1 minute fair value gap. ES is always a difficult, or just like a different pair. Obviously, that doesn't really make sense. We just respected that. That's the 1 minute, 2 minute fair value gap on ES. So we know we had a 15-minute respect. Depends how price goes off this, so it depends on how price is going to continue to move. Hopefully we can get a respect back to the bullish side of things. Especially with the SMT, you know, that led me to be more confident in the bullish price action. And on top of that, we've got to fill this 4-hour imbalance. So, pardon me. But at the end of the day, you've got to take some losses. And if today's the first loss, then today's the first loss. It is what it is. Right, let me mark out my trade on ES. You can see what it is. So that was the 5 minute we retraced back into. I'm gonna write all this down now. That's the key thing. I'll just goes to there, and then obviously that goes up to there. Right, I'm gonna write all this down in my book quickly. Tuesday, innit? It is damping on the S, isn't it? Compared to NQ. It's probably going to hit my stop.
Order
It's hit my
filled.
stop loss. Okay, so that is interesting. That's actually the first like legitimate loss I've taken on since I've started trading, which was always going to happen. You can't avoid losses. Is how I take the loss, and then it comes to tomorrow now. So tomorrow's a really important day in the market, and I suppose today is still really important because if price continues up, then our trade ID was right. Just we got unfortunate with the stop loss maybe. Let me just get rid of all these. No, I don't need these. Just need that. Remove all of that. And I think that's why another thing I enjoy recording myself is because now I can go back and have a look and see, and watch myself. But also writing down is really important as well. So let me just continue writing down why I believed to enter for a long. So I'm doing is just thinking right now because so my final reflection question in my journal, which on a winning day is very easy to answer, it's difficult to answer on a losing day. The question is, if this exact setup appeared again tomorrow, would I take it? And I don't want to rush to answer and just fill in the words on the screen with no meaning. I want to truthfully mean my answer because then there's something I can take from it. If I just filled in yes because and then it says if this exact setup appeared again tomorrow, would I take it? Yes, no, unsure. With boxes to tick, then why? So if I ticked yes and clicked Y, because fucking blah blah blah, right? Or if I tick no and I click Y and it's because I lost. Like obviously they are shit things, but it's like I'm just rushing to fill in the answer. Bro, it's 2:47 p.m. I done work a job. Like if it takes me all day to answer this question, which it isn't gonna take, it's gonna take me 5 minutes now. But taking that 5 minutes to truthfully think from a logical perspective, non-emotional perspective of would you take this trade again? It's a good question to ask yourself. Would I take it again? And it's a good question to ask yourself, yeah, but it's better to write it down because when you're writing it down, there's something powerful about writing it down. I don't know what it is, but you can like research and that about it. So that's why I always choose physical journals over keyboard writing because it's just like, you know. So the question is, would I take it again? And there are different thoughts I'm getting for each side, really. Another thing is as well, I like to wait 5 to 10 minutes after I've taken the loss because usually when you take the loss, you're gonna be thinking emotionally because it's like you don't want to lose. Obviously, why would I want to lose? It just doesn't make logical sense. But that's why I take some time after. So would I take this trade again? The reasons for no. Reason one would be maybe I entered too early. You know, maybe I could have been more patient and waited rather than rush into the trade. That's reason 1 for no. Reason 2 for no is that even though I was more bullish on the day, bias. So it is good to be objectively thinking in the market, but it is good to also have a bias, because if everything's showcasing is going to go bullish, then having that bullish bias, then you're looking for bullish trades, which is a better thing. Maybe my bias was incorrect, or maybe I chose bullish when it was quite mixed. There was a lot of reasons it could have went down, so therefore my bias could have been incorrect or badly judged. The reasons for yes would be from a specific standpoint. There were lots of good reasons for price to move up today. You know, I've written down that the 1 day fair value gap needs to be filled. You know, mitigated, whatever. Then we had like a low time frame SMT with the ES leading, which I love to see. Retracement into the 5 minute. Plus it was a retracement into the 15 minute on NQ. Maybe what I should have waited for was a better lower time frame confluence. So that's what I didn't do today, is I didn't wait for a low time frame confluence. It was just enter. See, if I had waited for, I could have waited for this 1 minute to be inversed. Then I could have taken the trade, which could have led to being better, because that it didn't get inversed and it actually got respected. So that's where I went wrong today, is that I didn't wait for a low time frame confirmation confluence. So it's good that I've taken the time, because now I've recognized what I did wrong. Waiting for the lower time frame confirmation is key. So now I know this. If this exact setup appeared again tomorrow, would I take it? And the question is no. Why? I'm going to bullet point this. Sometimes I'll just write sentences, sometimes I'll bullet point. Bullet point 1. No low time frame confirmation confluence. 2. That also leads into entered quickly. Just like, I could have been more patient. Which realistically is more the psychological side. So like the psychology side is I could have been more patient, and the strategic side is no low time frame confirmation confluence, because they're both the same thing really. Because I didn't wait for a low time frame confirmation confluence, I rushed my entry. You know what I mean? So it's like the psychology side is I could have been more patient. Strategic side is I didn't wait for the lower time frame confirmation confluence. So that's 2. And then bullet point 3 is that it was a difficult daily bias to judge, maybe, I'd say. Best way to word it. So even though we've taken a loss, you know, at the end of the day, you gotta accept losses 100%, but it's how you take the loss and then how you move forward. So, you know, sometimes, like today, I'm really grateful for the loss. I know this is a weird take, but when I take a loss like this and then it's like a problem to solve. It's like, why did I lose? And then I take some time, and then I learn from my mistakes, and then I get to move forward tomorrow. So obviously it's good to take wins, because like, yes, I've won, happy days. But then it's good to take losses because you learn lessons, and it's like a problem to solve. And then like once you solve the problem and it's like, oh, it clearly is there, then you gain more confidence in your trading ability. You definitely improve in your trading psychology, and you're improving as a trader in general. So there we go. That's today's trade. Honestly, like really happy. Genuinely, is weird because I didn't start like this when I first started trading. It was like I was so emotional. I mean, holy crap. Maybe I try and find like one of the losses I took, and I'm just like genuinely really bad. But no, to be fair, when I started trading, I was trying to improve like this, and I'm back on track. Pardon me. So I'll probably pause the recording and then come back in 30 minutes to an hour to showcase what happened. Was our bias correct? Was our bias incorrect? Etc. We're back to $1,000 on the funding now. I'm not sure if it's actually just 3 trading days, or it should be 3 winning days, right? What's up? So it's been like an hour and a little bit, but you know we obviously got stopped out down here, and it has continued up, which is good to know. Just, you know, I'm not trying to prove any points. It's just good to know for myself because, you know, I believe that I was doing good or whatever. And there we are. But basically, that's all I wanted to, you know, just show what's happened. I'm going to post a trade. Obviously, so good trade idea, maybe. Bad trade. Okay. Right, I'll see you lot tomorrow. Back at there. You know the score.